Super Draco here, and welcome to Why, the show where I don't always have an answer to that question. So today we're doing the brand new Lego Droideka. I bought this at a Walmart because my wife let me go alone with money. Anyway, jokes aside, I remember in 2001, I believe, when the Phantom Menace line, Lego did the Phantom Menace toys, and they had a Technic Droideka that wasn't near as good as this. I never got that, but this intrigued me, especially hearing that it used pieces I've never interacted with. So, for the uninitiated, when I do Lego videos, I usually like to do these videos as super chill. Depending on if I actually have something to talk about, I'll keep talking and rambling. If I don't, we'll just cut me out and jump to the music. So, anyway. So, going forward, first thing I like to talk about during these LEGO videos, I just like to talk about my channel and how it's doing. For anyone new that's actually here, my simple goal is I'd like to get my channel to the point of being monetized, simply just so I can subsidize all of my content. If it never happens, it never happens, and if I ever get tired of making videos, I can always stop. So, anyhow, I just like to check my analytics and stuff. So, first off, I'm going to shout out my new subs, Samantha Pinagar. Thanks for subbing. Other than that, see, I also have First Do Woodworks. And that's all my public subscribers. So thanks for subscribing. I hope you like my content. If you have suggestions, things I should look at, stuff you're interested in that I haven't covered on this channel before, go ahead and let me know. Either you can send me an email, superdraco380@outlook.com, or you can just put it in the comments. I always say I try not to fish for engagement because I find it kind of slimy, but, whatever. The other thing, now I'm resting my camera on a box. I'm trying some new stuff because I was planning to upgrade my setup, but a running meme on my channel is I plan to do something and then the universe takes a big dump on me and my money goes to other things. So far this year it was a gear shifter for my truck, servicing my AC units on my house, and a 150-mile trip just to get an injection so I could start a new job. Anyway, and a $1,000 couch because I love my wife a little too much. Anyway, jokes aside, that last one wasn't a joke. So anyhow, I'll go ahead and do my self-promotion now. I'm writing a fantasy story, so if you like fantasy, Lord of the Rings, D&D, Game of Thrones, technically, although Game of Thrones and I have a complicated relationship. Check me out at Super Draco, super in all caps, Draco380, on Fiction Press. Story is called Kingdom Mercenaries. There's 3 chapters currently up. Chapter 4 is almost done and being edited. But I'm enjoying writing it, and I think it's improving as it goes. Because it's currently in an episodic format, but some of the plot lines will start converging in some of the upcoming chapters. You know, I can go into detail about it if anyone cares, but for the time being, we're going to leave it there. So first things first, Droideka came with a part separator. I have so many of those now that it's kind of ridiculous. And I think back to when I was a kid and I would buy Lego sets and never got a brick separator. I literally got my first one as an adult. And I remember opening a set going, what the heck is this? Throwing it aside and not thinking twice about it for like 5 years. Was to the surprise of no one on this channel, I'm old. Not that old, but still. So anyhow, you know, the Droideka, this appealed to me. It was either going to be this or the Mario Piranha Plant, but this just got my attention, A, because, I mean, in episode 1, one of the coolest things was the Droidekas, which it was weird how they, you know, they were so hyped up in the episode 1 movie, and then they never really made another prominent appearance in any of the films. I remember that they made a bunch of appearances in the Clone Wars cartoon, but, you know, that's a cartoon, and a lot of people at the time didn't partake of expanded universe type stuff. Anyhow, so far no real new parts, nothing out of the ordinary. It's definitely an interesting build, especially using those budget mech arm and leg pieces to help shape, because I believe this is the torso. Don't mind my sniffling, I've been having allergy attacks. Thankfully, they're not as bad as they once were, because where I live, you'd go outside and come back in yellow at one point. So that aside, so Optimus Prime, I just finished the videos for Pack 1. I'd like to hear any thoughts on that from anyone, you know. Because considering I have a Transformer review show that I don't film very often, I don't think it's a surprise I'm a fan of the Transformers. Especially because when I was a kid, when I was a little kid, G1 was replaced by G2. And I remember it would come on because I'd get up for school, because G.I. Joe would just be finishing up. I'd get out of bed, watch Transformers right after G.I. Joe's theme song finished. And then I believe Bonkers would come on. I believe Bonkers came on during the week. No, I'll have to double check that because now I am questioning my memory. Anyway, if you have no idea what's going on, just wait till you're over the age of 30. But yeah, Transformers and then Beast Wars, plot-wise, I think Beast Wars still has some of the best storytelling in all the Transformers. It also had a bunch of crap episodes that are not memorable at all. And then it has a handful of joke episodes, but you know, that was TV at the time, especially Mainframe Entertainment, because I remember they did Reboot before Beast Wars, or were they doing those simultaneously? Regardless, Reboot loved their references and whatnot. Which is why I can't hate Reboot, because it was one of the first media I've ever seen that referenced Evil Dead. But now we're going off way into the weeds, and this would be, if I had an audio version of it, this would be a moment of ADD with Super Draco. So, beyond that, so for upcoming stuff, obviously, Optimus Prime Pack 2. I'm not sure if that ships this month or next month because I got it on the 24 month. Ecto 1 is on hiatus until they actually ship it. I had hoped this supply problem died with Eagle Moss, and I was not that lucky. So yeah. But it also gives me time because I'm going to buy a few part work upgrades. That was a very redundant thing to say. Continuing, I'm going to buy a few of their things and install those on Ecto 1, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, anyway, so really in this first pack of the Droideka, we don't have a lot going on. Admittedly, I do like how they're using the parts for the shaping and the greebling, as well as structural stability. But, other than that, not a lot going on there. And I was wrong, this isn't the chest, I guess this is the, judging from the shape, this is the crotch, since I believe that's where the legs attach. Anyway, I think I've said that word too many. I might have used my daily allotment. So, regardless, now I literally own dozens, hundreds of Transformer figures. So if y'all want me to review something, there's something you want to see in the Unnamed Transformer Review Show. I don't own many G1 figures, but I own a ton of Beast Wars, Generations Classics. I have a handful of Armada, Cybertron, and Energon figures. A bunch of the modern generations. I have a bunch of Prime figures. I have a handful from the Prime Wars trilogy. I have a ton of third-party stuff because I was big into the third-party scene. Because if you've ever held some of the stuff coming out at the time that wasn't a movie toy, it was atrocious. It's a lot better now than it was, but that's because they can't just waste their budget. I just wish that the Studio Series line, they would kind of branch away from... Well, I shouldn't say that. I wish they would do more Studio Series 86 toys. Because I only own three figures from Studio Series 86. I own the Gnaw the Sharkticon. I own Hot Rod. And Sludge. Oh, 4 actually. Because I also bought was it Eject or Rewind? Whichever one came with Studio Series Blaster. Because I have Kingdom Blaster because I like him a little bit more. And really the only difference is the deco on the chest and the head. So I just never saw a point to changing the figure out. For me at least, my goal for transforming is I'd like modernized representations of most of the cast. Not all of it, because that's going to be impossible, because there's just never going to be an end to them, but there'll be a point one day where I've sufficiently covered everything. And then they'll do another legacy line that'll have a bunch of characters that I've never heard of that I absolutely have to have. I mean, I bought Generation Select's Jackpot just because I've never heard of him. Where's that Ricochet? He's one of the two, and I don't remember which because I'm looking at him. He's a reuse of Power of the Prime's Jazz. He might be Ricochet. Yeah, it is, because I used a wrestling joke about him when I first got him. So, let's see. So this episode goes at about 17 minutes, so I reckon we'll actually talk about some stuff. So I tried a new camera angle for this build. Tell me what you think. It was incredibly uncomfortable on my end, but I can always adjust that. It's just that with my back problems, I've got to be a bit more thoughtful about how I approach things. So entertainment-wise, I'm actually excited to, this month to go see Ghosts right here, right now theatrical show. Is anyone going to go see that? Alright, so as we snap these pieces together, this will wrap up this portion of the build, I believe. Except, I believe I've made a mistake in building.
You didn't see anything.
And so as I correct this small error, it's a lesson to everybody. A, don't build things when you're tired, or if you are, pay closer attention to what you're actually doing. So, as we snap these two pieces together, that is bag one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for episode 2. Check me out on Fiction Press. And other than that, thanks for watching.